I'm Yogi Chris, captain of IMC Nation, historian IMC Nation, here at Eden House, IMC Base 1, Las Vegas, where we train every day with the top player on earth, Arash Sapar Bazaar. And we're building a life here in Las Vegas. We've been here about a year and a half. I've been learning from AZD for about 10 years. And these Instagram and all these accounts are built on clips and other videos with AZD and IMC Nation. So that's who you're watching, that's what you're following. And I'm the guy that brings everybody together, all the guys that moved here to Las Vegas. None of us lived here. AZD didn't live here. We moved here because this is the greatest city on earth to train and master game, among other things. I mean, it's pioneer, freedom, America, spirit of America still lives in Las Vegas. It's strong here and a lot of opportunities. So we come here because particularly Las Vegas is the city for hired guns. Other cities all have higher guns. Bigger the city, you're gonna have higher guns. Chicago, Miami, Atlanta, Houston, Los Angeles, Hollywood, like go on and on, New York, like and abroad, of course, Thailand. There's lots of places people go where there's women. But me personally, as a first world guy, I like first world women, and I particularly like American first world women, women that like America. So that I'm gonna find most of them in America, of course. And of all the Western countries, nowhere has freedom like America does. So Vegas and the American freedom, greatest city. And then as far as other American cities like Miami or whatever, this is a city that solely exists for hired guns and tourists. And anywhere you have tourism and the vices that, Sin City has, you're going to have hired guns, which are beautiful women who are hired for their beauty, like waitresses, hostesses, dancers, promo girls, pretty much any kind of girl. If she's attractive, she's hired, and her attraction is being used as an attraction. Like Vegas is an attraction, all the casinos are attractions, the beautiful women are attractions. And so the city itself is very dense with beautiful women. There's also ugly women and meth and homeless and all the shit of every city. It's actually relatively, I've been a lot of places, man. I've traveled to many cities. I used to teach yoga around the country and abroad, but within the United States. Plus, I traveled a lot, been with wrestling, and just like I've been a lot of places. I've lived in many states, like, paid taxes, had an ID, like at least five different states. Not many people have had driver's licenses in five different states. So I've been a lot of places. And what was I saying? Condensed women, beautiful women. Uh, oh, as a city, Vegas is pretty clean, actually. Not a lot of crime. Not a lot. I mean, we don't see the crime. Maybe there's like robberies at the casinos or something, but I've been definitely worse places and not even been in like really bad places. So Sin City is a city of tricksters and definitely jokesters and clowns and thieves and things like that. You know, steal your car or whatever, highest car theft city in America or something like that. But I don't see it, and maybe I just don't go to those areas. And maybe I'm not driving the kind of cars that get stolen. I don't know. I got a Camaro and a Bronco. But as a city, pretty clean, pretty easy to get ahead. You just got to stick to it. And the people are definitely calloused because of it's a tourist city. So a lot of people take advantage, like you do when you go vacation somewhere. You don't take care of it. You throw trash. You expect someone else to pick up after you. Like vacationers and tourists are not responsible. So the locals get jaded like that. But then there's an inside conspiracy of the locals among the locals. It's like something that you're a local. You're like more of a family or something. Now, how much of a local? Were you born and raised here, or you've been here for 10 years, been here for a year and a half, like I have? But it's my home now, and making it my backyard playpen. You know what I mean? So building a life with women, they have collected the beautiful women for you and hired them. And you just have to be patrons of those venues. I mean, you could go and not be a patron, but you won't be able to go for very long. Like you can't just go and rob a venue of its experience. They pay rent, they ornamented it, pay the power bill, hired the staff. Like be a patron, buy something while you're there. But you don't have to use money to go. Like one of the guys was talking about hiring escorts to go on dates with fine women, so to get used to. And it's like, bro, you're gonna learn a ton of bad habits with that because she's not gonna treat you like a real woman would. You could potentially at the highest levels gamer, you could pay for her to go out with you and then you'll seduce her while you're out with her. But chances are, man, if you can't even get a stripper to go out with you, what are your chances with an escort? No, dude. Save your money, go to the clubs. And what we do in between going to the clubs with AZD is we go to the lounges and it's going to keep expanding. There's Old Town Vegas. There's all kinds of things that the schedule will be filled. And you got to push, man. You got to push like you're training to be world champion because to build a life of abundance, there is such a thing as recovery and rest nights and things like that. Uh, but am I living in such overflowing abundance that I can take my foot off the gas pedal? Am I so injured and exhausted that I can't go another night out? I need to tune my discipline, and that's what guys lack. And that's what's going to prevent even the guys that are dedicated and committed from making it to the highest levels. Because it takes discipline to make your wake up time, do your business, stay, especially this is the difficult, really the difficult part that makes it way beyond military boot camp training or some high level athletic training. What makes Vegas, IMC Nation Vegas, more difficult than those things is keeping your emotional cool through all of that exhaustion, money fatigue. It's just what it is. Like, you can't lose yourself. Your character, basically, is what AZD teaches. And remember, this is a stream for IMC Nation AZD. Lotus Light, what's up? What's up, everybody? You're probably a stock trader, right? You know what I'm saying? Guys, if you want to stream about game, I'll talk for another 20 minutes or so, and then I'm getting ready to go out because gotta plant seeds, gotta make your presence known. You do. You gotta make it out of the house and around where there's women. And at the worst case, just any kind of gathering, there's going to be somebody there. Even worse than that, I mean, just going out with your friends. Like if I go out with these guys, which I think Armando's going, Jean's going, I invited Wolf. Let's see if he's going. He didn't answer yet. So at least Armando and Jean, who's visiting from Europe. Even just those two guys in a group of three, moving is better than two or just me. I may be able to have experiences as just me that I won't be able to have at the group, but I'm looking to affect and plant seeds of uh, just reputation, man. And so the group members could be so weak that it diminishes your reputation, but if they're receptive to being taught, it's fine. As long as they don't look bad, smell bad, like they'll be fine. And I'll continue meeting waitresses, hostesses, people that work at these casinos and hotels and eventually other bars and lounges, and we'll map out the best venues so that guys that come here for residency, there's always somewhere to go that we have reputation that's more or less safe because reputation is very important in this, that there will be beautiful women. Some of those beautiful women I already have rapport and reputation with, which gives all kinds, and then that's just gonna go to the next levels. The staff will know us also. And so there's lots of areas for day twos, which is taking girls on dates. Because you meet lots of girls and we go to the clubs, got lots of girls. Just having a social life that has reputation. You're not just in your little cocoon moving through the venue or whatever, and you're friends with your buddy and they're friends with you maybe, but you're all looking around and looking for some experience outside because the inner group experience is not that exciting. Friends and whatever they come to Vegas, they're so bored with each other. Husbands and wives come to Vegas, they're bored out of their minds with each other. Maybe you don't see it or you don't understand it, but like if you come to Vegas and you're like me and you just post up sometimes and just watch and you just be still and watch all the turbulence around you. Obviously, they're walking to and fro, but watch the turbulence inside of the group. So we practice and master not having that turbulence. So we don't signal that turbulence. We don't emanate any turbulence. I mean, to the degree that we've mastered it. And that stillness as we move, we look good, we're respectful. We're not overreaching, chasing girls. The right girl will give the right body language that because we're masters of it or experts, practitioners of it, we notice and there you move. So it's like seeing the winning ticket or seeing that the odds are in favor of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, even though they're the underdogs, but you know something. No, dude, they're not underdog here. I know this offense versus that defense and that those plays and that guy's injured and somebody that what are they? I'm going to bet on this. So you don't always get it, but you learn to bet on the winning odds in the social dynamics game that AZD teaches us. And now you guys have missed out. AZD is beyond you in terms of reach. You'll have to pay $25,000 perhaps to train with him and beyond once the Women's Fitness Center explodes at the level that it could. And if it doesn't matter. It's still out of reach to learn from AZD because his life is more and more prestigious that only the innermost circle can be around when we go out because reputation gets more and more important when you're operating at that level. The guy has like 7 or 8 or whatever girlfriends, and those girls know all the like, you know, you have magnifying glasses on you. You have cameras on you, not just the actual cameras, but there's always somebody. The more you build your reputation in town, and anybody who lives in Vegas or knows anything about Vegas should know that Vegas is not a big city. There's a huge amount of traffic that goes through, many times the population of the city. The city's not a tiny city, but it's like 600,000 to a million, which is not the biggest city, you know what I mean? And among the certain nightlife that you live and the locals that work in those, you eventually meet a lot of the people. And what I was telling one of the brothers earlier is, he had a whole shift. I had to basically fucking yell at him. Uh, I'm not gonna name him right now, but the two talks ago or so, it was like a month ago. I had to basically metaphorically grab him by the collar, fucking shake him, and be like, "You motherfucker, what the fuck are you doing?" And it had to do with he was direct approaching in some weird sleazy way, but he'd been a student at AZD, he'd been here residency, and it was just going the wrong way with it. He wasn't getting it, and I just kept going deeper in the logic. He wasn't getting it. Pretty soon, I thought, man, this guy is fucking wicked. Like, what the fuck? Okay, so it was bad blood when we got off the phone a little bit. He doesn't respond to a few messages, and he's responsive, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, finally, we're on the phone today. He had no problem with it. And he starts telling me about his shift that's happened. And I was like, man, did that have to do with the call that we had? And he's like, I'm going to be honest with you. It did shake me up a bit, and I rethought and blah, blah, blah. It was praise. And then we talk a little bit more. Whatever. He needs help. And he's a dating coach. That's the thing. That's the thing. He is making money coaching guys professionally for years. So he's not, and I've seen worse than him. Like there was a guy that's a hater on Facebook right now. He still sends me messages and tags me and shit. Like the dude is psychotic, but he was literally getting paid to coach clients, over 100 clients served or something. And we saw some of them, testimonies and things, like professional. And then there's other coaches that are out there that you probably follow, coaches, people that sell and you pay them to teach game, but man, it's not, they're so weak and pathetic. One day, AZD students will be better than all of the teachers of Earth. And that should say something about the teachers of Earth relative to AZD as a teacher. Already, as long as I stay in my lane, it would be difficult for any of the dating coaches to infringe. If I stay in my lane, I have my lanes, and those lanes I am expanding. Just like yoga, I started very, very stiff because I was a wrestler, very stiff. It's funny when people are like, I'm not too stiff to do yoga. It's like, bro. And then just over time, it's amazing. Day after day, month after month, year after year, you're like, oh shit, my leg just went behind my head. I just touched my own feet backwards. It's like, what is this? And then and the urgency to get there, to be able to do a split or something, you'll hurt yourself if you really, really go for it. But if you don't go for it, just think about it, you'll also never get there. So it's just like gradual incremental pain tolerance and learning to love it because there's other reasons. So it's like learning to love the game, not because you want the pussy. Yeah, duh. But it's not about that. There's a mastery that I know the relationships that come to me, bro, they'll be so effortless. I'm having enough experience at this that they will be effortless. It doesn't mean that some of them they'll ultimately take work, and you guys should know relationships take work. But it won't be as difficult as you think to get the girl. You just got to put yourself out there and keep putting yourself out there. But the way that you are right now, your character, if you put yourself out there, you're going to get a lot of invalidation from the environment because you're not cool and you have a lot of character flaws. You're flaky with your words, you're shifty, you change your opinions, you're too nice, so it's icky. You're too needy. You probably have bad hygiene, bad grooming, bad fashion, and it's just unattractive. And maybe you don't have all of those, but you got some of them. And you got to, and how are you going to know which to change and how to change it and where to change it to? I mean, that's the ecosystem we have with AZD being around him so many years. Like, he had to improve us, give us the suggestions. We take the suggestions. We see and notice the guys that don't take the suggestions. They got ego. The guys who take the suggestions good, well, but then maybe they don't later or whatever. And if you want to get good at game, you got to tweak and calibrate all these things. The cowboy hat's an expression. I'm expressing myself. I grew up in Oklahoma. I was born in Oklahoma. My grandpa had a cow farm. I rode horses. Maybe I'm not a cowboy now, or maybe I am, and I'm just doing something else. Am I not a wrestler now because I haven't wrestled in 15 years? Ask anybody who does any jujitsu with me. Ask anybody who just has a conversation with me and knows that I'm a wrestler. I'm still a wrestler. I'm still a Boy Scout. I'm still a PhD of science. All those other things. I'm still a psychonaut. Psychedelics. Look, where is the cat? Fucking one of the guys got a cat here. AZD, one of the guys got a fucking cat here. He watches these streams sometimes. I don't know if you see this. Didn't say anything about it. I fucking, man, I had to put, there was a day earlier this week, and I got in like three or four conflicts on that same day, heated, and won all of them, and then had to walk away thinking like, did I just bully them into like me winning? No, they were bullying me, if you can imagine, but expecting me to be nice or something. But it's a razor's edge to walk, and I'm learning the path of leadership and the path of women. Like you got to be a good leader to lead a woman. Man, where's all these people on YouTube coming from? Guys, sign up. It's like I got you on right now. YouTube's doing well. So sign up. The link's there for the newsletter. The link's there for the IMC Base One website. That's where all the trainings are. We've been building it, putting stuff on it. I just came out with a new, what I call the Alpha Alchemy series. There were these 6 individual advanced lectures that AZD gave, all 2.5 approximately hours. That, man, it just follows a progression, transforming your trauma into badges of honor, like how to do that, like how to have a mindset of a go get 'em attitude that doesn't let go. Unless you want it to let go, you can let it go. But it's like a lot of people need help with their hustle. And like I'm saying, going out tonight, I'm tired, I want to build the business. I have to reason it ethically. Like there's productive things I could do. Like, no, what do I want? A life of women, bro. Tighten up your discipline, man. Drink another coffee when you get home. It's funny, the guys that visit, they all sleep all day. Like, how are you so tired? Like, I mean, I'm tired too. If honestly, a lot of times I have to cut my meditation short because, like, I fell asleep today in the middle of it for like 20 extra minutes. It's embarrassing. But it's needed, right? So anyway, like I just gotta tighten up the discipline. Maybe stay out less time. With all the time to get ready, travel to and from, and it's like I'm trying to build that life where probably I'll be out later, and then I'll need more rest nights. Ideally, with girls spending the night, so I could just go to sleep early with the chick over, and then I'm still in field. But still gotta grow the business and hit the stats. Everybody's in that predicament. Everybody I talk to is like, I'm focusing on my money, stacking my money, building my bread, blah 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 blah. Oh, I'm not. You're right. That's a good idea. I should think about that. Okay, how's your game going? And the thing about it is I know the motherfucking evolution you got to go through to get to be charismatic, and present and alpha dominant. Like, and then to see the nature of women, to actually know how to interact with women and to see what they really mean when they say what they say, because they're not saying what they mean. How to relate with them long term, how to be around them, how to man, and you can't learn all the hows. There's too many. There's a trillion billion hows, and you're not going to be able to have the right answer for how do I do this? How do I do that? How? You have to change your character so that you just know. And then you'll learn. The little differences you'll learn, but you can't just be you and then learn a whole uh, encyclopedia of techniques. You'll learn some techniques just to see how potent it is. Oh, that worked. Oh, that worked. But you'll crash and burn if you don't change your character. And then you got your character. Now you got to get a lot of women interested because the truth of the social interaction is so deeply elusive. It's not that complicated. The illusion is complicated. The truth is very simple, but the illusion, man. And then your body, you'll know it, but your body will move in ways that like you'll be demonstrating attraction or interest to the girl and you don't even know it. You won't even mean to be doing it. But your friends may call you out if they're players. If they're not, then you're lost, bros. Bros, you out there as lone wolves, come to Vegas. Come see what it's like. Come do residency, see what it's like. The abundance of, bro, it's so good here. And it's not easy. It's so hard. But I was a champion wrestler. I built a yoga brand. I'm a PhD of engineering. I've done many things that were difficult in life. This is more difficult. And it's more fulfilling than getting your hand raised and getting the PhD. I mean, imagine I got a bachelor's, a master's, a PhD. The yoga brand was pretty fulfilling. It just wasn't fulfilling with the women. It was good, and I would have kept getting better. And if AZD wasn't around, I'd probably do that. Honestly, at this point, no. At this point, if AZD wasn't around, I would probably refurbish all of AZD's tech. I would transcribe it all, make a bunch of books, ebooks, a whole academy with it, and you'd be like, why don't you do that now? Because there's too much present time stuff that needs to happen with him alive. But if he wasn't around continuing producing stuff, then I would have the archive and that would be my life's work. Make a library of it. Probably in the process of doing all that, I'd continue getting better at game and I'd start teaching or whatever. But man, I don't want that to happen. Not until ever, really. But the reality is we're gonna die at some point, so I don't really care. Maybe we all die in a plane crash, or what would be cool is if we had an underwater temple, and then like maybe it imploded or something. The best probably would just be to like get in touch with angels or some high alien intelligence that could just transfer our consciousness to a new body. Uh, I don't really know. I guess I don't think about it too much. While I'm young and youthful and energetic and the world's ahead of me and all that stuff, building a life and then it'll unfold. The Fight Center is a very exciting innovation that's going to happen here. When that happens, the growth of the guys that live in Vegas will explode to such a level. The thing is they don't stream as much as me, so you don't see their level up. I don't know how real it is to you that I've leveled up so much and I've been a student for a while. So, like in anything, the longer you're a student, the harder it is to level up. It's harder to teach an old dog new tricks and an experienced dog, to change his tricks and all that stuff. You guys can change too, but I don't know what you're doing with your lives. I see a lot of new people on. I don't recognize all the names. You guys want to talk game? Then just request to go live. I'm going to end it in a couple minutes here. Let's see if anybody's on Zoom. Okay. Comments here. Dang, a lot of comments. There's a Seth, what's up? Yep, guys, definitely lack discipline for sure. Man, emotional discipline, scheduling discipline, and really discipline of changing activities and discipline of following through with what you say. You say you're going to do it, do it. Discipline of not getting angry. There's just no need to get angry. Defensive, egoic, like, and you'll be fine when you're alone, but the more people you have around you, the more consistent, then the more your flaws creep out. They're there, they're just invisible when you're by yourself a lot or not talking a lot. And then, of course, with relationship and it's just getting levels upon levels of awareness. If you approach it like this is a lifestyle of awareness, my environment's reflecting my character back to me in some ways, polluted by their own characters, but you get enough points of reference and you kind of triangulate what results are you bringing about. And then with a teacher, forget about it. You guys just got to come to Vegas. Come to Vegas. What's up, man? Lots of commenters. You guys want to talk game? What the fuck is going on with that Instagram account? Pro. Real trauma is not a badge of honor. You're right. It's not the trauma, it's how to turn the trauma into a badge of honor. Trauma is trauma. Trauma makes you weaker. That's what trauma is. But what you do with trauma can make you stronger than you would have been without the trauma, even. That's why I'm tougher than most guys because the trauma of wrestling, it traumatized my body, it traumatized my will. But you heal and overcome the trauma to get better and stronger and tougher and tougher. So trauma is a badge of honor. But then somebody was raped as a kid or whatever, or some other dumb shit, just dog died and they took it bad and mom didn't love him enough afterwards. And the trauma, how do you turn it into a badge of honor? It's alchemy. And how do you do it in a way that's attractive to a woman? Because so what if you can do it on your own? If nobody cares, then nobody cares. Do it in a way that improves your game. That's the inner game. City of Sin, respectfully, I don't know what that means. Don't mess with the deception of Nephilim. I don't really care. This stuff is fascinating, but don't mess with the deception of the woman. Start with that. How are you doing with women? The deceptions of women. You guys can learn game, man. Get on the newsletter. It's free. The link is in the description on YouTube and in the bio I think it's in the bio for social accounts. Free newsletter, free emails, 66 emails, lots of content. Every other day, you get a free piece of content that's from AZD that you click, you can play it. It'll change your frames of mind about game. It educates you. You need some preliminary education even to see how great he is. He's just so far, man. If I get going, I'll just be so long-winded. Who wants to stream? Who wants to say something? Say something. I gotta get going. You guys bore me. You guys bore me. Who's making comments over here? Lotus Light, what's up? Stream, what's up with that? What's up with that? Lotus Light, you keep making comments. Appreciate it, man. Truth. Righteous. Righteous, man. Hope you're on the newsletter. Guys, don't fuck around. I'm just a student. I mean, I'm also the captain. I'm also the historian. But I am a student of AZD. My words, much less potent. Truth be told. Get on, get on the program, man. I got a $17 ebook I just put out this week of notes from his lecture, and it's super powerful. I got a $300, a $297 six-lecture series transformation called Alpha Alchemy. Just released. Haven't even made a promo email about it, but it's all of it's done, and it's AZD lectures. You guys should get that. And then residency, come in person. It starts at 2,500. 3 nights out. Go out with AZD. In-person lectures with AZD. Plus a whole stack of camps or whatever. That's the progression. Just start with the $17 ebook. Start with the free newsletter. That's in the bio. You know what I mean? All right, everybody. Appreciate you. Lotus Light, appreciate the comments. Everybody on YouTube. A lot of participation today, so that was cool. If that happens, I'd like to stream more. If you'd like me to stream more, then just, send me a DM if you know about what you'd like me to stream about. No problem. Even though I'm kind of talk all over the place, I'm sure I'll hit your point. All right, everybody. Be the best. Fuck the rest. Check the link in the description or bio. Os.